Good people, how are you doing? My name is Justin Evans, and I want to welcome you guys inside the Young Entrepreneur Studios. Today, we have a very familiar guest. I'm going to go ahead and introduce her. She is our councilwoman. She is our councilor of District 6, and we are so happy to have Crystal Smitherman in the building. But before we get into this interview, we want you guys to share this video, tag this video, screenshot, chat with us in the comments if you need to. Do whatever you have to do to get involved in today's conversation. We're going to go on a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Day after day, time for work and it's time for play. GG.
All right, good people. Like I said, we have Crystal Smitherman in the building, Councilor Crystal Smitherman, and I want to clap it up. That's perfect. This is going to be your third time running, am I correct?
Yes.
Third time?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get to 3 times? I mean, this is amazing, Crystal.
Yeah, in 6 years. So, I have like a non-traditional path. If you think about it, because I was appointed, then I had a special election the same year, and then I had the regular local election 21, and now we're back in 25.
We're back in 25.
Yeah.
Do you have somebody running against you right now?
Yeah, some neighborhood guys.
Some neighborhood guy?
Yeah.
Okay, it's all good. Well, hey, look, whatever. I've been seeing you out throughout the neighborhood. I've actually been with you in the neighborhood. I've seen you interacting with the community and the elderly specifically. Yeah. What has been the conversation this go around in the neighborhoods with the families?
Things they want to continue to see, of course, a decrease in crime. That's a big thing. People want to feel safe. People want more affordable housing.
Right.
I think it doesn't matter what age you are, whether you're a senior citizen or a recent college grad, we all want to be able to call something our own.
Right.
And also not to break our piggy banks as well with the housing. So I've heard that, the cleanliness in their neighborhood, and just taking pride, bringing more businesses to the district. Yeah,
I love that. For one, when I ride around District 6, it looks clean. And I've told you this before, but, I've driven on some roads and, I see some of the houses being fixed up now, and I automatically think about you, because I know that you had something to do with these roads being paved. Now, my question is, when you look at District 6, yourself, from your view, how did you peel back, the onion on, hey, I'm going to take care of this first, I'm going to do this first, and I'm going to do this first?
I will tell you this, customer service is my number one priority for my district. So I peel back the onion based off of what I hear from the people.
Okay.
So, the most important thing people want to feel is that their voice is being heard.
Right.
So if I'm hearing more about, hey, like I need my community cleaned up more, like our
Right.
mission more. That's going to be a focus.
Right.
Hey, I need my complaints. If you can't resolve them, I need updates. So that's what I'm going to do. Hey, we need more things for our children. I'm going to do that. One of the biggest things I'm proud of is one of my ARPA projects. I haven't completed all of them. Was fixing the sidewalks in your Hemp Hill Elementary School.
Right.
That is me seeing the little kids with their little book bags walking and hearing people complain about the sidewalks.
Right.
So putting money into that, for example. So, you know, at first, when I first got in office, it was kind of overwhelming because I was like, they have all these issues. I don't know how to tackle them. But then I had to go by one, go from the smallest issues to the biggest one and continue to hacking at it.
So you have taken care of a lot of those issues over your 6 years that you've been in office.
Well, made some progress. Yeah, it's all going. Mm-hmm.
What will be the continued progress as we go forward?
Yes.
Like I say, from the outside looking in, it looks good, Crystal.
Yeah,
so
well, we still have a lot.
What is your plan?
We still have a lot of illegal dumping. That's all over the city. So trying to put up more cameras for that.
Right.
Because it's such a, you know, a certain process through the courts to really prosecute somebody for that. Bring more businesses to like where we are now in the Heritage Shopping Center. Working on a grocery store right next door.
Okay.
5 Point South is in my district, so bring more businesses there. West End, 6th Avenue, that's a big thing for me. Completing one of my favorite projects. I invested $750,000 into affordable housing for West End.
Yes,
in collaboration with Princeton Hospital and Arlington Rehab.
Right.
So we're talking about acres of affordable housing for young families and senior citizens. Another big project I'm working on that I really want to complete is the daycare at the old Loveman's Village at Titusfield. You never noticed that it's in the very back.
Is it?
It's been dilapidated for a long time, but working with Congresswoman Sewell and the Housing Authority to revitalize that, open that back up. So we're working on things. We have free mental health counseling actually going on right now. So if you're a resident of District 6, you can get free counseling.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, as we continue to go forward, I want to talk about some of the things that I know you mentioned money.
Mm-hmm.
How do you decide on allocating the money? You know, is it based off of priority? Is it based off of, you know, what you think the community needs? How does that go about? Because I see in a few other districts, there are debates about whether the councilmen are using the money correctly. Mm-hmm. How do you go about that, you know, in your district?
So actually, some of it, a few of those projects, I actually looked at the neighborhood framework plan. Mm-hmm. I know you're probably familiar with that. So, and one of the plans actually fell through. It was actually supposed to be like a workforce development hub as well. But, you know, flipping through there and seeing what the community put down on paper and how I can contribute to that. Hearing a lot of the needs critical repair program. We spent thousands of dollars helping people to repair their homes. Those are phone calls I've gotten a lot of, you know, and then just my discretionary funding, just helping my rec centers as well. Yep. And if I can't, and because with Woodward Park and West End, I put ARPA funding towards that, improving that. Mm-hmm. So everything outside the pool is pretty much brand new or has been renovated. So I think it's really about just, you know, going out, running the district. My staff and I do it twice a week. So I'm putting my eyes on the district, you know, a couple of times a week.
And you grew up here in this district.
I was actually born in this district. At Princeton Hospital.
Ooh, big Princeton. And how does it feel? You know, I know I've asked you this, but still, you're walking in, you know, in these shoes and in your purpose every day. As a little girl that grew up from here, how does it feel, you know, to canvas these neighborhoods that you grew up in?
It's really, you know, it's very humbling experience. You know, the same streets that as a little girl I would walk from our house to this little library, dropping off books. You know, I'm now walking the streets, talking to neighbors. I was actually talking to some of the employees of Princeton Hospital. I told them it's a full circle moment from, you know, you guys helped me come into the world, and now I'm coming back as an adult and making sure that this community and hospital is really being taken care of.
You started off young, Crystal. Didn't you set a record for being one of the youngest?
Yeah, I say the youngest because we don't have a record of anybody else. But yeah, but I'm still the youngest, actually. Even doesn't matter who gets elected this time, I'll still be the youngest. So
how have you graduated and evolved, you know, in this process from, you know, day one to where you are now?
Yeah, it's been very interesting because I've had to mature kind of in the limelight, because 25, your mid to late 20s are kind of your glow up years, and so a lot of times people can do it privately and take a lot of losses privately, but it was more publicly. But definitely have gotten more confident, more mature, really just owning the space I'm in and owning whatever room that I walk into and know I belong there.
I belong there. I'm glad that you said that statement. We all know, who your parents are and their resume and what they've done. I want you to talk about the reason why you do belong here, because, you still have some naysayers and, people who like to say the things that they like to say. Yeah. But why do you belong here?
Well, because I've worked hard I've proven myself, a lot of times, and we've seen this over history. And now, just because your parents are successful doesn't mean the children will be.
Right. I don't want to name any.
But no, and then, everybody, I have my own mind. There's nobody up there with me on the dais during council meeting to help me with those decisions, especially on the fly. It's just God and I, honestly. And so, and then praying to God, asking him for wisdom and discernment and guidance every Tuesday morning. Well, I pray every day, but every Tuesday morning, and that's why I belong, because God placed me in this position to help his people. So you have to communicate with the mayor often, right? To make sure that we get things done in the community. And from what I see, it looks as though the communication process, that's not a problem. So how often do you talk to him and not giving anything personal, but speaking up for the community? What are some of those conversations that we might have? So I actually speak to the mayor every day. Okay. Sending him pictures of the community every day, asking him to send out people. He will give out personal phone calls a lot of times to constituents if the problem is something, that really needs that special attention to it. Or he'll send his people out. I've gone canvassing with code enforcement, door hangers with the mayor's office, and we had a neighborhood. Well, we had a communicator, translator for the Spanish-speaking constituents. Nice. So I will say that, and we've gotten a lot of projects done. The recycling pilot program was a collaboration that's still going on with us. 6th Avenue Viaduct. I mean, I can go on and on and on about the things that we've done. We may not always see eye to eye, but just know behind the scenes, I am really giving him an earful, honestly, about the things that the district needs. And I think that that's, I feel like that's what, your position is for. And, as someone that has a business in District 6, we appreciate you for, fighting for us and uplifting your voice. And as I say, guys, if you just take a look through District 6, we do, we don't normally sponsor candidates, but we sponsor Team Smitherman. She has been in our district for the past 4 years that we've been here. We have watched the improvements. And I just wanted to state that normally we do not sponsor candidates, but we want you guys to re-elect Crystal Smitherman due to, the positivity that she's done during our tenure, within District 6. So, big shout out to that. Thank you, Justin. Oh, you got to clap for yourself. All right. Once again, I want to know, what can we expect from you going forward? Are there some new plans that we should know about? In 2025 going forward, what do you plan on doing? Yeah, so those 2 projects I told you about, the affordable housing, that'll take a couple of years. The villas at Titusville, continue to advocate for the mental health counseling. I really want to do something around rent control, doing it on the local level. I do believe, the rent prices are really ridiculous and out of control. They're very unaffordable. I don't care what your salary is. It's, pretty ridiculous. We need to put a cap on it. So it's something I want to do, working on code enforcement, our laws, continuing to do that, how to improve that. Like I said, focusing on the businesses, working with the mayor's office to bring more incentives to businesses, to not only bring them here, but make sure they stay, maintain those businesses as well. Giving support for more jobs for people, and just helping to support our schools, definitely our kids in whatever way they need it. Our kids are definitely next. They are most important. And I wanted to talk about the some of the rehabs that you guys have been doing. Crystal, I showed up to a construction spot where you guys were working, and there were 5 houses involved, if not more, and a church. So I see you painting. And I get out there. You can't just say I'm just there just for the photo op. I do take pictures,
Right.
but I'm actually out there working because this is my city too.
Right.
I literally just told somebody earlier today, like, people don't realize all 10 of us live in the city.
Right.
Like, contrary to popular belief, we don't live outside of Birmingham.
Right.
Meaning that, when the trash is missed, our trash is being missed too.
Right.
When, things affect the water, that affects our water bill too. Like, we feel the same pains as other people.
Mm-hmm.
When we have an overgrown lot next to us, we feel that pain too. So, I'm a resident of Birmingham too. So I want to, take care of my people.
A lot of people in Birmingham say that we are moving forward and that we're progressing from what they see.
Mm-hmm.
Has your efforts outside of just District 6, has it been a part of that progressiveness in Birmingham? Do you have I know you don't necessarily, may not have jurisdiction in other areas, but do you fight for Birmingham as a whole outside of just your district?
Definitely. I definitely fight for Birmingham as a whole because, every item on the council agenda isn't just for District 6. It's for Birmingham in general, whether it is improving our entertainment, our amenities, because we have to attract people to Birmingham so we can produce more revenue.
Right.
That revenue will be put back into the neighborhoods. Doing that, or any type of ordinance, like, the car wash moratorium that affected my district too. But, every single, open space doesn't need to be a car wash. It needs to be a business or a restaurant, helping to give minority-owned businesses those incentives to open up. Because a lot of the restaurants, like the new Japanese restaurant, for example, that's downtown, love it. They came before the council with incentives. That's something I voted for, helping out minority businesses, whether it's paint, interior needs, and I listen to the other residents of other districts if it has something to do with their district. Like if there's something they're opposed to, then I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna take their concerns into consideration.
Look, I'm laughing because I know it's not one of those situations where, as long as my district is clean, then forget everybody else.
Yeah, you can't be like that. Yeah,
it's kind of hard to do that. When you love Birmingham. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Crystal, I don't have any more questions for you as of now, but I do want to give you the opportunity to tell the people why they should vote for you on August the 26th.
So it's been an honor and a pleasure serving District 6 the past 6 years. They're kind of cool, these 6 years. But so I want to continue the work that I have started. I want to continue having a lot of successes and wins, not only for the district, but for the city. We need somebody that's still young, a young millennial, because we're on the younger part of the millennial, and somebody also who is closer to Gen Z and giving people our age a voice and showing that people who are in their 30s and 20s belong in politics.
Right.
You don't have to be a grandmother, a grandfather to be in politics. So giving that, giving a fresh voice, face to the city. So I'm asking for your vote on August 26th. We like to say the slogan, don't vote for any man, vote for Smitherman. So we hope to see you at the polls. Bring a friend. Make sure you vote. Polls open at 7 and they close at 7.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Listen, guys, as I told you, we support Crystal here, at the Young Pioneers Studios. And we're here in District 6. I can tell you guys that driving the roads and looking at the houses in the community, if you get off of Green Springs, it looks totally different from what it looked like when I grew up. And so for us in the community who don't know necessarily the ins and the outs of all the politics, the grass being cut in the neighborhoods, those houses that are all fixed right off of Green Springs, those are certain things that we can look to the work that our councilman is doing. I want to say thank you for all that you do. Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, and thank you for what you do.
No problem.
For bringing a voice to small businesses, because I see what you're doing, giving people opportunities that normally wouldn't have them. So thank you, Justin.
It is no problem at all. It's no problem at all. Listen, guys, you don't have to go to the news or the radio. You can always give us a call if you need to get your story out. And once again, my name is Justin Davis. I'm here with our current councilwoman, Crystal Smitherman. Please re-elect her on August the 26th, 2005. And if nothing else, guys, peace, love, and blessings to you all. And we will see you guys next time.